here. Would you believe me if I told you you consumed the amount equivalent to a credit card worth of plastic every week in microplastics? Research has shown that there is a presence of microplastics in many of our everyday items, our agriculture and food sources, and also within our bodies themselves. For those of you who don't know what microplastics are, they are microscopic plastic pieces that come from much larger commercial pieces of plastic. According to Jamie Allen, she is the associate professor of the Department of Pharmacology and Toxicology at Michigan State University. Microplastics can be found in athletic wear, so like sweatshirts and sweatpants. They can also be found in cutting boards and our stuff that we use to cook our meals. And they also can be found in things such as toilet paper and paper towels. When I learned that, I thought that was pretty interesting because we've all heard about BPA and those chemicals and how it can be harmful to drink from plastic water bottles. But I never thought that you could be coming into contact with chemicals from plastic from something as simple as wearing a pair of sweatpants. The microplastics are also found in things like beauty products, so a lot of our shower scrubs and even toothpaste contains the little microbeads. And these microbeads cannot be filtered out when the water is cleaned through the systems because they're too small, so they end up back in our water systems, in our drinking water, and also in our seafood. In addition to microplastics being found in our clothing, there are also a lot of microplastics infiltrating our food systems, such as in our farmland. So we all know us as Americans do not do a great job at recycling and maintaining our waste from littering and just garbage in general. So a lot of these plastics end up in our fields and break down over time, and then they leach into our food that we eat. In 2022, analysis by the Environmental Working Group found that sewage sludge had contaminated over 20 million acres of U.S. cropland with forever chemicals, which are commonly found in plastics that do not break down normally over time in our environment. Sewage sludge is a byproduct left over from the waste filtering system, and it's very costly to get rid of, but it's also high in nutrients, so they use it as a fertilizer in a lot of our crops here and in Europe. So due to this practice, Europe farmland is considered one of the biggest global reservoirs of microplastics, according to a study done by researchers at Cardiff University. Microplastics have also invaded our bodies over the years from all this consuming of food that was grown in fields with constant chemicals and constant plastics, and in our seafood that we eat, because the fish, they can eat the microplastics. And it is known to start causing problems on a cellular level. According to Jamie Allen from Michigan State University, microplastics have the ability to change our DNA, and sometimes the changing of the DNA is okay because our bodies are able to combat that, but in some cases it's more extreme and it causes infertility issues and also can cause cancer. There was a study done with 22 donors. They were all healthy adults, 17 of which had microplastics found in their blood. And Professor Dick Vedhack states the study was the first indication that we have polymer products in our blood, and it was a breakthrough result. Previous results have shown that microplastics were also 10 times higher in the feces of babies over adults. And this is because a lot of babies, their meals are constantly out of plastic bottles, and they're every day consuming 4 to 6 bottles of warm milk in a plastic bottle, and they consume millions of microplastic particles a day. So after knowing all this, it's not too difficult to think about the fact that we could be consuming a whole credit card a week in plastics because they're everywhere and they're no longer able to be avoided. They are found in our foods, in the clothes that we wear, and they've even been found in our blood. So there's not much we can do to avoid them anymore. We just have to deal with them. And this is what some of the bigger ones look like.